Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today's been treating you so well. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about hair care. Cruelty-free and affordable hair care. When I first went cruelty-free, my hair care routine was the hardest thing for me to get right. It was so hard for me to switch from the products that I had loved for years and years and switch it onto completely new products, and for a long time I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted. I wasn't loving my hair care routine in my new cruelty-free life, but I've got it down. I am so happy with my hair care routine. I will also be talking to you about how I colour my hair. I filmed the whole hair colouring routine, so I'll be fitting that in at some point in this video, but let's just get started. Everything will be linked down below. All of these products are cruelty-free, affordable, highly recommend all of them. I would love to hear what your recommendations are, if there's anything that you think I would enjoy, but that's what we're going to be doing today. Like I say, I'll leave everything linked. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's just jump straight on in. Before I wash my hair, I love a scalp pre-wash treatment. I have very dry skin, also a very dry scalp. I have suffered with dandruff, with a flaky, itchy, irritated scalp for years, all of my life. I am 31. I have always had this issue. I have always had flaky, dandruffy hair. It's just always been an issue for me until I included a scalp exfoliating serum before I wash my hair, and this is the one that I have always gone back to. This is the Beauty Bay Scalp Serum Exfoliate and Cleanse. This has salicylic acid and pineapple enzyme. This is incredible. It's just like a nozzle, so you can like squeeze it directly onto your scalp. It says to leave it for 10 minutes. I definitely leave it for longer than that. I leave it for like an hour. Sometimes I pop out to the shop. Scalp serum is in. It's doing its thing, and it really, it does what it says on the tin. It exfoliates, chemically exfoliates your scalp, so it really cleans the scalp so incredibly well, and it gets rid of all of the dandruff. Like, look, nothing. Grays, yes. Dandruff, nay. I love this one. I have recently started using this. I will always buy this. I always love, will always have backups of the Beauty Bay one, but I have recently started using this, which is the Beauty Bay, no it's not, this is Beauty Bay. This is the By Superdrug Naturally Radiant Glycolic Acid Toner. This toner is, I use this on my face as well. Face or scalp, it's all skin. Ultimately, I also use this on my body. It's a multi-use product. I use this everywhere. I love it. I put this into the Brushworks little applicator thing just to make it a little bit easier to use, but I just do like a small amount at a time, and I use the full amount that I put in here. This is empty currently, and you can like squeeze this directly onto your scalp. I find this a lot easier to use rather than just, for a while I was just pouring this directly onto my scalp and it was going everywhere, and I wasn't being very effective or efficient with the amount of products that I was using. So putting it in an applicator to get it right onto the scalp was a lot easier. Both of these do ultimately the same thing. This is a lot more cost effective if that's something that you are concerned about. That is a lot more product. You also need less of it because it's more liquidy. It is more cost effective, and then you can also use it. I mean, I wouldn't use this like on my face and things like that because you do have to wash this one off. If I was going to do a scalp treatment at the start of the day and then go to work and wash my hair at the end of the day, I would do the Superdrug one. But both of these are lovely and properly get rid of dandruff and yummy things like that. Then, for years I was using a shampoo bar. And I enjoyed the shampoo bar, but then the brand that I was using turned out to not be cruelty free anymore. They got bought out by Unilever, so I had to stop using those, and I was on the hunt for shampoo, and this one kept coming up when I was looking up scalp dandruff shampoos that were also affordable and cruelty free. This one kept coming up and I thought, you know what, I'll try it, I'll see how I feel. I love this shampoo. It's almost like a clarifying shampoo. This is the Umberto Giannini Scalp Restore Scalp Reviving Balancing Shampoo. It says natural exfoliating ingredients remove build-up, soothe and balance dry or oily scalps for healthy, shiny hair. I absolutely agree with that. This is, I mean, I feel like even not doing a pre-wash treatment, this would help if you had any dandruff issues, because it has that enzyme, that pineapple enzyme in it that eats away at the dry skin, and then it just washes out. I do a double cleanse, one to get rid of the dirt and then one to actually cleanse the hair and the scalp. I love this. It's the best shampoo that I have ever tried for a dry, itchy scalp, because that is what that's my main concern. Everything else can be treated with, for a shampoo, my main concern is the scalp, because I don't shampoo down here. I just keep this like on the root where my hair is obviously oily and greasy and stuff. So the best shampoo. I also I got a little mini set with the scalp scrub and the conditioner. I love the conditioner. I cannot find it anywhere. I cannot find the conditioner that matches this literally anywhere. Whenever I am on Boots or whatever, it's always out of stock. I don't know why, but I really like that. The scalp scrub is fine. It's not very convenient for me to use because you have to wet your hair, do the scalp scrub and then leave it for 10 minutes. If I was a bath person, perhaps, but I'm not. Like, I'm a shower, in and out, get it done. I don't want to be in there any longer than I absolutely have to be. So yeah, the conditioner that I actually use is from the same brand, but it's from a different range. This is the Banana Butter Nourishing Superfood Conditioner. I have dry, frizzy hair. Obviously it's styled currently, but my hair is naturally, I mean, I get it bleached and I colour it, but it is dry and damaged and needs some love. And this smells incredible. It actually like detangles my hair, like it feels very nourishing and thick. This is what I use just on, I was about to say an every day. I don't wash my hair every day. I wash my hair like once, twice a week. I really try and stretch it out in between washes because I just hate washing my hair and it just takes forever, doesn't it? I don't enjoy the process of it, but also I like the result of having clean hair. That is the end goal, is it not? And this conditioner is what I use most of the time. It's really, really lovely. It's almost quite thick. It feels to me somewhere in between a regular conditioner and a hair mask. Years ago, I would have always just used a hair mask because I didn't feel like a regular conditioner was enough for me. This one is, but sometimes I want a little bit more. Sometimes I do want a very deep conditioning mask. I haven't actually used this in quite a long time, maybe, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks. I don't feel like I necessarily need it as the weather gets colder and central heating and stuff, and my skin dries out more, my hair dries out more, and I feel like I need a hair mask. This is my hair mask of choice. This is the Extracts Hair Care, so it's Superdrug own brand. Argan and Amla 3-in-1 hair mask. You can use this every time you wash your hair. You can use this like as an everyday conditioner and basically just wash it straight out. I like to use this and like let it sink in. You know, if I'm doing the full shabam in the shower, you know what I mean? If I've got time, you know, if I'm doing the full thing, I'll do a hair mask. If not, I feel like I'm not getting the full potential out of it if I'm just putting it on and washing it out. It is lovely though. They always used to have different scents. This isn't my favourite scent, but it's the only one that I can get at my local Superdrug, so I like it. It is my favourite one that is very easily accessible to me, but there are, if you can find the Extracts hair masks that is the banana scent, that's my favourite one. Then let me talk you through my hair colouring routine. So let's skip now to last week where I talk you through my hair colouring routine, and then we'll come back and talk about my styling products, how we get to this point. But let's go back in time a little bit. Hello from yesterday. So this is what the colour in my hair looks like after about 8 weeks. It was around about the start of August that I dyed my hair last, or rather I shouldn't say dyed because it's not technically a dye, it's a semi-permanent colour that I use. So it's been about 8 weeks, 2 months ish since I last put some colour in my hair, and this is how it is looking. I will of course talk to you about all the products that I use and also how I do my hair colour. That's what we're going to be doing today. So the colour that I use is Bleach London Curious Orange. This is what the bottle looks like. It now comes in a box that looks like this. The box looks a little bit different than it used to, but this is what they say the colour goes like. So obviously if you have very, very blonde hair, the colour will grab more than if it's very, very dark. I go once a year to get bleach put into my hair, and I ask for highlights with ribbons of bleach, so the slightly chunkier areas of bleach. Where the bleach is and the colour of my hair is lighter, the orange pops more and you get more of that vibrant colour. So that's what I ask for. The root is just natural, as you can tell by the amount of greys in it. I am hoping, honestly I can't remember if this covers grey or not, I don't know, but I do have quite a lot of greys. It's tinsel, it's a little sparkly tinsel, but I do have quite a lot, so I'm hoping that this is going to cover a little bit. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. So the routine of dyeing my hair. I always used to do what it says on the box, which is wash my hair with shampoo and then come back before I condition it to put the colour on. However, I have found that the colour is a lot more vibrant putting it onto dry hair. So about 3 or 4 days ago, I think, I washed my hair and I didn't put any hair oil in it. So there is no oil on the ends of my hair. There is just the conditioner spray that I will either have just spoken about or will speak about in a minute. And that is all that is on my hair from like 4 days ago. So that gets you to this point. Now, I have a very old bowl that I use to put my hair dye in because this is very inconvenient. I don't like the packaging of this. So I empty out the whole bottle, or I try to. This is the issue. You can never get all of the product out of these Bleach London things. I keep it upside down on my table for a little while to try and get like all of the product out, but I have quite a lot of hair and my hair is quite long, so I need a little bit more than one bottle, but not quite as much as two. So I get as much of the colour out of the bottle as possible. I'm always aware that like I can feel it left in the bottle, that there's quite a bit left, but I love the colour. So like I don't want to, I've tried other colours that are in more convenient packaging and I don't like the end result as much. So I've got most of that out of there. Then I take my conditioner. This is the Umberto Giannini Banana Butter Conditioner. And if I hold this up, don't mind the state of the bowl. This is my hair dye bowl. I don't eat food out of this bowl. It's stained orange and it's fine. But I take that much and maybe a little bit more. I do have quite a lot of hair, and I mix all of this up now. So I put gloves on. I usually take my jewellery off, but I can't do it by myself. I'll try, but I don't think I can. I'm not coordinated enough to take bracelets off. Let me see. Oh no, I've managed it. Oh, jolly good, because it does get everywhere. Wear a top that you don't mind getting stained. Wear something that you don't mind if it gets ruined or not, because as careful as I always try to be, I can never not get it all over myself. So, see, and I've just dumped that straight into the bowl. I'll just wipe that on my trousers. I don't mind. Gloves are on, and I will just separate out my hair into half-ish. I'm not very neat with sectioning, but let's tie that up out of the way. Also, it helps to have a hair bubble that you don't mind getting stained, because you do need that. Then I will just brush through. I did brush through before I started, but brush, and then I just dive straight on in. I mix that conditioner in with the colour. So it does dial down the colour a tiny little bit, but like honestly, this colour, this orange is so bright and so pigmented that watering it down with a little bit of conditioner really doesn't affect the colour too much. Like, is that my thumbnail? No. Nobody would click on that. Then I just get the colour and I slap it on. And I'm just going to shuffle away from my table a little bit just in case this goes everywhere, because obviously I haven't cleared my table. Why would I do that? So I just run this through, really work it in. Obviously it's got that lovely conditioner in it, so it's going to act like a conditioning treatment as well as it having that colour in it. And then I just sort of run my fingers through just to make sure that it's getting into the clump of hair, so that it's not just sitting on the outside of the clump of hair, you know. It's getting right in there, focusing more so on the ends, because obviously that's where the bleach is, that's where it's going to look brighter. And then just to try and avoid the amount of orange that goes all over me, I do sort of try and stick it to my head whilst I do the other side. But I'm very aware that this is going to go everywhere, and you know, it'll be all over my shoulders and my neck and my ears and everything. Honestly, I find it easier to just clean it up after than to try and do this neatly. Story of my life? Is that how I run my life? Absolutely. This smells so good with that banana conditioner in it as well. I smell delicious! So then when I feel like I have successfully coated both of the undersides, I take both of these and I sort of twirl them together in the back of my head so that this section that is now covered in hair dye, so that this, look, my ear is already orange. It's fine. Yeah, I sort of take this section and grab all of that together at the back there, take this hair bubble out of the top and tie this bit up. I'm aware that you can't see, but like, this is how we're looking so far. And then this bit, and again I just slap it on. I'm not neat at all, but just pulling all of this forwards so that I don't miss a massive section of it, you know? And I just go again, brush through it, and I just grab more colour and do the same thing again. Just slap it on. There's more bleach in the top sections of my hair, so I do sort of focus. I don't put 50% of the product on the bottom 50% of my hair, if that makes sense, because I need more on the top half. I hope that that makes sense. Like, I'm gonna need more than 50% of the product that we have here in the top half. But I just do basically the same thing on the top, but just with a little bit more of the product. Comb it through with my fingers, make sure it's right in. Take your time, there's no rush. What's the rush? Like, I'm absolutely covered in it. It's fine! Yeah, and I also, on the top half, I do try and take it right up to the root. Again, just to cover over those greys that I've got up here. I don't really think I have greys in the bottom half of my hair. I have them here, and here is where I notice them anyway. And I only really care about the ones that I can see. The back of my head is none of my business. There we go. So that is everything covered sufficiently on the sort of ends of the hair, and I have about this much product left, so there's not tons left, and I'm just going to scoop this up and just cover everything. And at this point I am really like pushing all of this product into the roots. So I will also take out this hair bubble, if I can coordinate myself behind my head, which I can't. There we go. It's going. There we go. So that is all of the hair sufficiently covered, and also my arms. It's fine. It comes off if you wash it off like fairly quickly. So I then at this stage make sure that all of this is wound round onto the top of my head. I tie it up in a bubble and I try and take these gloves off without getting even more of the dye on myself. So let's do this and this, and then it says on the instructions, I don't necessarily follow the instructions, but it says on the instructions to leave it for 10 minutes. I leave it for, I mean, what time is it now? It's 6 o'clock in the evening now. I would probably leave this for 3 hours. Not that there's really any benefit to leaving it that long, but honestly, like, I'm just gonna go watch some telly, eat some tea, and then before I get into the shower, I will just flip my head over. Our shower is like above the bath, so I flip my head over the side of the bath and I rinse like upside down. I'm trying to like show you what I do. You know what I mean. I rinse my hair over the side of the bath for like 10 minutes until the water starts to run a little bit clean. It takes some time, but top tip, either wrap your head in like a carrier bag or something, or cling film, because this colour goes everywhere and I'm clumsy, in case you can't tell by the amount of orange that I've got all over me now. So I wrap my whole head in cling film, and then the dye that's on my hair stays on my hair. There's no other benefit to it than like stopping it getting on my sofa, basically. So I am going to wrap my hair in cling film. I will wash it, I will dry it, I will style it, and I will see you tomorrow for the rest of the product recommendations. But this is how I colour my hair. It's so easy. Like, I've been filming for 21 minutes and so much of that time has been spent rambling. It would take me like 10 minutes if I wasn't chatting you through it. It would take me like 10 minutes, and then wrap my head in cling film, rinse it off in, I mean, minimum I would leave it like an hour, but leave it for as long as you want. But just make sure that it's not going to get on all of your furniture. And this is what I do. Do I really want to be putting video of myself with cling film around my head like some sort of tinfoil hat conspiracy theory? I just don't want to get orange hair dye on my sofa. Right, so this is what I do. I wrap myself up and I will see you tomorrow for the finished look. Well, you'll have already seen it. Back to future me. So it was my intention to film this clip currently the day after the clip that I just showed you. However, that was last week, so I have washed my hair twice since that clip. So it's already faded, but you can see the difference in the colour. You can see how bright sections of the colour are, and like I say, I like to do my hair colour 6 to 8 weeks. It was definitely 8 weeks last time. I'm going to try and keep on top of it though, because I love when my hair is bright. I love when my hair has that vibrancy to it. I just love it. I will say the greys are definitely more covered than they were previously, but they're not completely covered. I know you're probably looking at me and thinking you don't have that many greys, but like, someone at work, actually, here's a quick story. I work in a cafe, so I have to have my hair up when I am at work, and one of the regular customers, before I coloured my hair, said that she liked the stripes in my hair. I was like, thank you. They are inbuilt. I grow those stripes myself because it's the greys. All round here is quite grey. And like I say, it's not that bad because I've literally just coloured it, but there's quite a lot. So, and also here. What's happening back there? I don't know, but that is you all cut up. That is how I get my hair to be this colour. And I don't do anything like in between colours. I don't do like a quick top up or anything like that. If I'm colouring it, I'm doing that whole routine. So that is you all caught up. Now on to my after shower sort of styling products. When I first get out of the shower and my hair is like towel dried, I actually use this, which is still damp from when I washed my hair this morning and definitely has like orange on it. It's fine. When I felt like the first the routine that I go through now is the Umberto Giannini, another one. It's a brand that I found and I have really fallen in love with a lot of the products that I've tried. This is the Thirsty Curls Detangler Super Hydrating Moisture Mist. I have only had this, say only, I've had this about 2 months. You really don't need a lot of it. It really, it's a hydrating detangler. That is the purpose of it. It really helps my hair. I've mentioned it. My hair is dry. My hair is knotty. My hair gets very tangled. I need help with a detangler. This one, I sort of spray it in. I put it back up in my little hair wrap thing, and I do like my skincare, and I let the detangler like properly sink in. Then I go through it with my brush. I highly recommend a Tangle Teezer. I lost mine. I'm going to put a Tangle Teezer on my Christmas list because I had one years ago and it was the best hairbrush that I have ever had. Now I'm just on a cheap one from Superdrug, but a Tangle Teezer really is like a really great hairbrush. I brush through the hair, starting at the bottom, working my way up, detangle everything. Then I go in with a few drops of the Beauty Bay hair oil, Nourish and Fibre Repair, hyaluronic acid and castor oil. Look how little of that I have left, but that will last me a month. I'm not concerned about restocking this at this stage. There's plenty there. I go in with that one. Then my current heat protectant spray isn't a cruelty-free one because I found it in my drawer and I'm trying to use up everything. I'm trying to use the one that I'm using currently, I'm trying to use up before I repurchase my favourite one, which is, I'll put a picture up of it here. It's the Beauty Bay hair heat protectant, but it is also, I feel like, a little bit of a sort of texturizing spray for someone who has quite straight hair. Like, it goes a little bit frizzy, but my hair is quite straight. I curl it. I like having the texture of that Beauty Bay spray. It's my favourite one, but currently I don't have it because I'm working my way through another one that isn't cruelty free, so I'm not even going to tell you what it is. But I'm working my way through it and then it will be out of my collection. I'm actually hoping that it'll be out of my collection like before the end of the year, and then I can be back with my Beauty Bay one because I miss it. It's the best one. It's so good. It's lovely. Then I curl my hair. I dry my hair. Honestly, my hairdryer, I'm going to completely out myself here. I bought my hairdryer when I first moved in with my now husband. I bought that hairdryer in 2012. It cost me £8 and it was from Morrison's. And you know what? It's still going. So why would I buy a new one? It's fine. It works. It does the damn thing. So I dry my hair. If I am washing my hair on a night, I dry my hair to about 80%. I don't bother with it being like completely dry. I just make sure that my scalp is dry. And then I go to bed and I wake up and my hair is Hagrid. My hair is PS1 Hagrid. But if I am, like what I've done today, I washed my hair this morning, completely dry my hair with the hairdryer. Not on a very hot setting. I go middle of the road. I don't want it too hot. I really do try and minimise the amount of heat that I put on my hair. So I dry my hair. Then I curl my hair. I curl my hair with straighteners. I take sections. So, I mean, you'll be able to see I take different size sections. Sometimes this much hair, sometimes a little bit more. Some of them I curl away, some of them I curl towards my face. The front bits I always curl away. I've just had my hair like clipped up while I was doing this makeup look. You will have seen this a couple of days ago. And and the front bits are looking at, I probably should have sorted those out before I did a whole video talking about my hair, but I always curl the front bits away from my face. I also quite like a slightly straightened end. I know that that's controversial. I like it. Also, if you notice my hair, this side is so much longer than this side, and I don't know why. I need a haircut. But if you notice that, yes, I am aware. I'm trying to not make it look so obvious, but I don't know why that has happened. Anyway, once I have curled my hair, I go back in with a few more drops. I'm talking the like 2 drops. I spread it out over my hands and I use that to separate the curls. I run that through the ends, I sort of run my fingers through, I separate out the curls, and then this is where I feel like I need a little bit of help with, I've got 2 products here, but I don't necessarily, I mean, I love both of them, but I feel like they could be combined into one. This is the Superdrug Volume Dry Shampoo. After I have, this is what I did today. Washed my hair, curled it, did the whole routine that I was just talking about. And then I take a few tiny little sprays of this through the curls, sort of like this. I let it sort of fall through my hair. It adds a lovely texture. I feel like I want a hairspray that has a bit of like a texture element to it, and that's where I feel like this comes in, because obviously this is the volumizing dry shampoo. I don't put this anywhere near my scalp at this stage. If I want to refresh my hair down the line, that I do that, but I put this sort of through the ends, and I feel like it sort of separates out the curl a little bit, leaves the curl looking a bit less done, a bit more beachy, a bit more volumized and loose. And that's where I used the dry shampoo at this stage, but like I say, I feel like there's probably something that I could do. I could use a better product for that. So if you've got sort of like a texturizing spray is what I want. But is that basically just what this is? If you've got any recommendations, let me know. And then for hairspray, I just do a few little sprays. I like put my hair all behind my head and spray it sort of like this, just to get a loose amount of hairspray over everything. I would maybe flip my hair upside down and do a little bit that way as well. But that is everything. Then if I want to rejuvenate my hair in like 3 or 4 days, if I don't want to do a full wash but I'm maybe filming and I want to look presentable, I would put dry shampoo very, very lightly. You don't need very much of this one. I feel like it's very effective. You don't need very much to get a very good result from it. I will spray it sort of just over the parting, and then I'll take like this and spray under here, and that's all that I would do at that point. And then I would take a few more drops of the hair oil, again rub it through my hands and sort of use that to work in the product and get rid of the white cast. Like, it does have a white spray to it. It is that sort of dry shampoo that leaves your hair looking white, but you work it in and then it goes. And that is everything. That is all of the products that I use. That is everything that I do to my hair, the whole routine. That is what I do. That is the colour that my hair goes, all of the products that I use for my colour, and all of the routine of washing my hair. Like I say, I wash my hair maybe once or twice a week. It depends on my filming schedule. Honestly, a lot of people tie their hair wash routine into their social schedule. I don't have one of those. I go to work, I come home from work, and I film YouTube videos. So social life out the window. window. I do, however, like to look presentable for you lot. You are so welcome. But that is all that I do. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll let you know what I do, what products I use, but I feel like this is everything. I feel like we are covered. So yeah, if there's anything else that you feel like I have missed, then feel free to let me know down below and I will get back to you when I can. But that is everything. I hope that you had a fantastic day. If you have any hair care recommendations, leave them down below. I am more than happy to try some different products, see how I feel about things. But that is everything. Thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.